Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be creating another Tatooine / Mos Eisley building out of mostly recycled materials. Yeah, this blade's getting pretty dull. I think it might be time to replace it. This building looks kind of like an air traffic control tower to me, which I guess makes sense for a spaceport to have. I went with a fairly symmetrical design with a large rounded tower flanked by 2 ground level rooms and some kind of a like wind turbine thing that's sitting in between those 2 rooms. Much better. For the ground level rooms, I wanted to use these food containers. I go through a lot of these containers. They work pretty great for storing small bits and washes, and you'll often see me use the lids as a paint palette. They're very reusable, and they have this pretty cool little corner detail that I like. I wanted to try bulking them up with some cardboard and hot glue, and that seemed to work pretty well as long as I let the glue cool down a little bit before sticking the pieces together. The low setting on my hot glue gun didn't really seem to get quite hot enough to join these pieces to the plastic, so I used the high setting and then I let the glue cool down for a little bit before joining them together. In the corners of these containers, I used construction adhesive to strengthen them up. To bulk up this yogurt container, I poured some PVA glue inside it and kind of paper mache'd it with some newspaper scraps. That didn't really seem to do too much, so I ended up just putting some construction adhesive on it and then sticking this cap on the inside as well. In my opinion, construction adhesive definitely works way better for this, and I'll definitely be using it more often in the future. And I will also be using gloves when I use this stuff. Don't be like me and get this stuff on your hands. It's probably not the best idea. Here I'm giving these plastic pieces a sanding so they take the paint better. I neglected this step when I was making my other Tatooine buildings, and I've noticed some spots that the paint's already chipping off. With the main components secured to the foam board, I cut out some cardboard bits to join the smaller rooms to the main tower. Then I cut out this foam board balcony to sit on top of them. And then I cut out some foam board strips to make some railing. And to make a little corner detail, I cut a 45-degree angle on the ends. I wanted to build windows that wrapped around the entire tower at the top. So here I'm building the window frame. I wanted to leave some space behind the molding so I could slide a piece of window tint in there after everything was done. I was hoping that would give it the appearance of some nice smooth panes of glass, but it didn't quite work out. After test fitting everything to make sure that the window moldings fit properly, I glued them in with some hot glue. Here I'm just building a few doors out of foam board and gluing on some cardboard strips here and there to add a few details. This turbine was mostly made out of a used phone holder. This thing had quite a few cool little bits on it. And I found this piece in a dollar store toy kit. I decided that the control tower wasn't quite tall enough, so I decided to break apart the top and add another section in. I was planning on putting this piece in originally and I changed my mind, but after seeing the thing completed, I thought it needed to be a little taller, so I decided to add it anyway. I cleaned up the top of this thing with a large yogurt container lid, and then I wrapped some poster board around that. And I also cut out some cardboard bits to create some panels on the top of it. And I added some chimney bits. These are pieces that I got from a used soap dispenser, which are also loaded up with wonderful greebles. At this point, I cleaned up all the foam board with spackling. Here I built out some poster board window frames. And once everything was good and dry, it was time to start painting. For the first few layers of paint, I added some Mod Podge with the paint. I'm hoping that's going to help keep the paint from chipping. I like to layer on at least 5 or 6 different colors. That may seem a little excessive, but I don't know. I personally think it helps add a lot of visual variety. Using the window tint as a wraparound window worked pretty well. It went on like I wanted it to, but it ended up looking really crinkly, and I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be using this technique again. I didn't actually glue the tint in place, so I could always take it out and maybe just like paint a glossy black in there instead. I was also thinking about trying to use a hairdryer to get the wrinkles out, but I was afraid to do that before filming the final videos. I guess I could always say that's how it's supposed to look. Here I had to go in with a slightly peachy color to match the other buildings, and I also wanted to tone down the rust effects a little bit. So I gotta say, I haven't actually played Star Wars Legion yet, but I plan to in the future. I just bought a Clone Wars starter set, and I've been putting the troops together. I didn't have time to paint them up for this video, but yeah, I decided to put them in anyway. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to build something of your own. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. That would help me out a lot. Maybe comment down below. I'm also on Instagram as of a few weeks ago. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you later.